Is from Ahmet Uysal, who is director of the Centre for Middle Eastern Studies. He joins us live now from Ankara. Ahmet, just talk us through the significance of this visit from President Erdogan.
Of course, this visit is very critical, very important after a long visit in the Gulf region, which was very successful also during the Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates. Now directly coming to northern Cyprus. And Turkey says, Cyprus is important. The freedom of Turkish people there, their independence, their decision, their well-being is very important. Also, the opening of a new terminal in the airport is very also critical to help trade, industry, tourism, and all these travels. Is going to help also Cyprus, Turkish Cyprus especially, in the economic area and the well-being and the prosperity. And Turkey also values the security of the Eastern Mediterranean, Cyprus also, and also Turkish coast. And as you remember, some countries try to exclude Turkey from the whole Eastern Mediterranean, and Turkey said no. This is our territory also. Turkey is surrounded by seas, by three sides. So, some countries try to exclude Turkey to the mainland only, and Turkey refused that. Looks like there is more calming down in this issue. But Turkey says we are serious to defend northern Turkish Cyprus and their rights, and also Turkey's interest in the Eastern Mediterranean. So this visit is very significant. Turkey values the well-being and development in the northern Cyprus.
And Ahmet, yes, tell us about how important this new airport terminal is for northern Cyprus. I mean, this will really turbo boost tourism numbers, won't it? It just offers a huge economic boost.
Yes. Turkey in the AK Party time invested in the infrastructure a lot, with the tunnels, with the bridges, railroads, fast train, all kinds of infrastructure investments are almost like complete right now, and we don't want northern Cyprus lag behind. They have also good potential of tourism, beautiful beaches, and also very nice scenery in the island, and Turkish people and many other foreign tourists also visit Cyprus. So they've been, if their life is facilitated, or they can easily access to their destination, it would help a lot. Also the capacity. This terminal will add extra capacity to the airport, and also this will encourage or also boost the trade. I mean, people can, or more flights can land and take off from this area. So I think this is going to be a big boost. Also morale that, sometimes northern Cyprus, because of the international disinterest area.
Ahmet, we're just seeing live pictures of President Erdogan there meeting local dignitaries in northern Cyprus, with the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus leader there beside him. It's been an extremely busy few days for Erdogan, and a huge amount achieved in terms of economic deals, diplomatic deals, and defence deals. I would imagine he's feeling quite happy today, arriving there off the back of everything that's been achieved in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and UAE over the past few days.
Yes. Turkey knows there is a global change, global transformation from the west to the east, maybe, and also a lot of changes due to the coronavirus and Ukraine war and all these crises in the region. Turkey sees that regional powers come together to take care of themselves, especially many, as I mentioned, many crises still continuing in Syria, in Yemen. Libya, Sudan is now in the hotspot, and without regional attention to these, big powers, they don't have an interest to solve these problems. And then it is Turkey sees that this is our responsibility and this is our territory and our people also. We should take care of them. We should solve their problem. Also try to create a friendly atmosphere to bring peace and negotiations and also reconciliation. We appreciated Turkey appreciated Turkey. Turkey appreciated Saudi-Iran rapprochement. And the same, should continue even inside Sudan or inside Libya, inside Syria, etc. And at this point, Turkey, both economically and diplomatically, made a big excursion, big visit to the Gulf region, which also get a lot of interest in Turkish economy, a lot of investment, maybe other assets, other maybe credits, loans, and partnerships to boost their economy. And it was very successful. I think he is happy now also, ending with a more symbolic and more practical achievement in Cyprus, saying to the Cyprus people that we are with you and we value your development and prosperity. And also, you are not alone. As I mentioned, international community did not support the Turkish people's rights in Cyprus, only Turkey and few countries. So this will keep them, motivated and will help them to continue. I'll also bring more investment, more tourists, especially. It's a small island, but it's a very critical island, and I think this will boost the morale in the Turkish Cypriot community and their future. I think, especially after the Erdogan victory in the last elections, of course, he renewed the legitimacy and renewed the mandate. Now he can, operate more freely. And we also in the international and diplomatic arena, we realize, international partners pay more attention to Turkey, to Erdogan, and he's present in many international files. And also Turkey, remained busy with the elections for too long. And almost the election mode continued for like a year, too long. And investors and other businessmen, they kept waiting for the outcome of this election. I think after these elections, the economy and other, predictable feature is more clear now for Turkey. Then people have more obvious or more clear picture in toward the region or kind of a perspective for the future. So this will facilitate, I think, many issues in the political arena, in the economic arena, in social and other aspects. So it was a quite successful meeting and visit to the Gulf region.
Ahmet, just talk us through where potential tourist numbers can come from with regard to the new airport being opened. I mean, it's a 10-year project, a $50 million investment. Talk of Russian tourism numbers increasing, Azerbaijanis as well. Just talk us through the plans to really turbocharge tourism in the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus.
Yes, Turkish people love also Anatolia from the mainland. They love Cyprus. I also visit several times a year Cyprus for business or also for tourism, and people love it. And now also Europeans can come there easily, and even though they don't recognize it, but they can come without much questioning. It is very close to the Arab world. Arab tourists can come from Lebanon, from Egypt, from other areas, which is very close. Also now with the Karabakh victory and Turkey is opening to the Turkish world, maybe to say in a better way. And there are more interest from Azerbaijan. Russian tourists are now stuck with some payment issues in Europe, and they can also come, and they are coming too. But especially when there was frictions in the Mediterranean because of the sharing territorial exclusive zones, etc. There was tension last year. Maybe it was discouraging, but this year this this tension is kind of off, and Turkey also, achieve some kind of understanding with the Europeans, with America, especially with the NATO deal, with also maybe kind of renewing the talks, negotiations to enter the EU. All these kind of, relaxing the relations with the West overall, with Europeans especially. So we are also we see it in the visa, restrictions. They talk about more easing the visa processes. In the end, I think there is more understanding for Turkey, more understanding with the West, more understanding with the East, with the Arab world, with just a visit. Already good relations with the Turkish wars in the Balkans, in the Caucasia and in Central Asia, and also decent relations with Russia. And I think this will help them also to boost Turkish tourism overall, which is very strong this year. And also this will also separate, maybe reflect on the Northern Cyprus tourism, which is, as I mentioned, is a small country, but it's a very critical, beautiful place. I think many people will go there, and also internal Turkish tourism is very active this year. So many of them can go there as if traveling at home, not abroad. So you don't need another extra foreign language, for example, or extra currency. So this will encourage Turkish tourism as well in a big time.
Ahmet,
Yes.
July 20th is Peace and Freedom Day in Northern Cyprus. Just talk us through the significance of President Erdogan being there today and how important it is for him to be seen to be there.
As you remember, starting from the 50s, in the 60s, it kind of get worse. The northern or Greek Cypriots, they tried to annex the island with the mainland Greek, and this called Ayoka and other slogans. They kind of forced the island to be united with Greece, and they also tried to force Turkish people either to assimilation or fled the country, and there were also some massacres in the island. So this led Turkey to intervene in the island, and the island became kind of separate. Of course, Turkey wants a diplomatic solution and more, peaceful and more legitimate. Going forward, but Europeans admitted Cyprus as a whole without consulting the Turkish side, not only Turkey, but Turkish Cypriot. And this caused a problem, even though, the EU Charter says, you cannot admit any, similar to NATO also, but EU Charter says you cannot admit any country, any new member, without solving their border disputes. And everybody knows it's in the UN, and this Cyprus border issue or general political dispute is not resolved. But EU admitted Cyprus as a whole, made a de facto kind of imposition, and Turkey refused that. Turkish Cypriots also refused that. But this was against their own law. And so this complicated the problem. Similarly, NATO doesn't accept any country who is in current conflict, and the EU, is supposed to do the same. But at the end, this happened, and Turkey say no, you cannot act like this happened, and we cannot agree on this. And of course, Turkey is supporting the Cyprus side. Politically, militarily, economically, and this National Day is gonna be very critical to renew this support for Cyprus, and this is the significance. We kind of help the Northern Cypriots to be save them from elimination. And now this support will continue. Maybe we also might see, some countries opening, some maybe representatives, some businesses, and there is kind of some kind of new initiatives in this. Of course, Turkey values the international law and respect them, and also values the peaceful solution. But sometimes we don't see this the same understanding from the Greek side, either Greece or the Greek Cypriots. In the end, I mean, we are free, and kind of the situation is frozen, and I don't see also many international actors pushing for any kind of solution.
Ahmet Uysal, Director of the Centre
Yes.
for Middle Eastern Studies, joining us live from Ankara. Thanks very much for your insight.